Rats. The power is out.
Oh!
Hi Jesse. It's Tony. Do you have a second to talk? Great. So, thanks again for helping me compile all that documentation. I went over to the New York Rising office and dropped it off, the stupid report cards from the first grade and all. She said I should give her about 2 weeks to go through it and then we should follow up. So I made an appointment for 2 weeks from tomorrow. Will you go with me? Great. Thanks. Bye. Boy, I am so excited about getting a grant from New York State to fix my house. After the NFIP fraudulently denied my claim, I didn't know what I was going to do. Now that I have submitted the giant pile of documentation that New York Rising requires, all I have to do, according to my case manager, is wait 2 weeks and then I can get started with repairs. Isn't that wonderful news? This is going to be the longest 2 weeks of my life. I haven't been able to sleep since that last meeting. I was worried about gathering all that obscure paperwork. But now I feel better. I think I will catch a nap. This is going to be great. I am going to go into that zebra building, which is the official New York State Office of Storm Recovery for my neighborhood, and finally get some aid, rebuilding my house, from a storm that destroyed it, over a year and a half ago. I understand over $48 billion in federal funds were allocated to this grant program. Over $15 billion of that is supposed to go to homeowners to help us with rebuilding. I understand one of the goals of the funding is to make homes like mine resilient to withstand future floods. Thank God. Obviously, someone has the good sense to know that people like me can't keep living in a house full of mold, without plumbing or walls. It's ridiculous that this has gone on for so long. It's ridiculous that the insurance company lied and said I had no damage and didn't pay my claim. But I look forward to walking in there and getting this resolved.
Hey Tony.
Hi Jesse. Hi Yolanda. What's the good word? Have you reviewed my documentation? Are we all set to move forward so I can start repairs?
Thank you so much for asking how I am doing, asshole.
Listen, we don't want any trouble. Can you just tell us where Tony stands in the grant process?
Oh sure, because I am not a person. I am just a cash machine to both of you. Oh, you made perfect crash landing right in the garbage can. Yay!
What's going on? Isn't that my grant application?
Ah, Tony Citizen. There was small problem with your grant application. You have to redo the whole thing.
Lady, what did you just say? Did you just say he has to redo the entire grant application?
Oh, I see you heard me correctly this time. Yes, that is what I said.
But we did everything you said. Everything you asked us to do.
We gave you his driver's license, birth certificate, and we got him a passport for good measure. We gave you all the copies of his insurance payments, his contractor bills, and his deed and mortgage information. We gave you his social security number, his blood type, and his elementary school report cards. We included high school and college transcripts, his fingerprints, his credit score, and a background check documented by a former FBI agent. We included color photos of the home, depicting the extent of damages, and filled out the 40-page application in federal government-regulated black ink that is standard for the IRS, the military, and the FDA. So, Yolanda, I have to ask, what can possibly be wrong with his application, that you have just crumpled it up, and thrown it in the garbage.
The problem, Canadian Mountie, is that this is a state-run program, not a federal-run program. And as a state-run program, you have to follow state rules, not federal rules. And the state rule is you must fill out the paperwork in blue ink only, not black ink.
Let me get this straight, you literally just threw out this poor Sandy victim's application because you decided he used the wrong color ink? This guy who has been living in a mold-infested, gutted house with no heat and no plumbing for over a year and a half. This guy who spent 6 months in a catatonic shock coma caused by the stupidity that led to this situation. You just threw out the application of a man who desperately needs your help, because his application was filled out in black ink, not blue ink, which you didn't even tell us was a rule to begin with?
Yes, this is exactly what I did. It's a rule and it must be followed. Rules are rules. The reason I did not tell you about it is it was a new rule. The rules are subject to change at any time. Maybe you never applied for state grant before, but the rules are very specific. Therefore, the entire application is voided for using federal regulation color ink instead of state regulation color ink. You must redo the entire application from the very beginning. Otherwise, it's like you're not even in the program at all, Tony Citizen.
Oh my God.
Where is Clyde? I want to talk to Clyde right now.
Oh, that's too bad. Clyde got big promotion. He works in different New York Rising office now. I don't have boss right now, so you have to talk to me. But don't worry, Clyde saw the application, and he's the one who told me to throw it in the garbage. His exact words were, "This application does not comply with the rules and regulations of New York Rising." Now please, do not shoot the messenger. I'm so sorry. I have no authority. I only can do what the monkeys tell me. Do not cry, Tony Citizen. It is not a big deal. You just go redo the entire application and come back when you finish, and then we talk about giving you free money. Okay, nothing left to talk about here. So you go now. Bye-bye.
I don't understand. Don't you want to help Tony?
Are you talking to me, Canadian Mountie?
Yes, I am talking to you.
I'm confused. I don't understand the question. I just helped Tony.
No, you really didn't. Tony is our mutual client. We should both be doing all we can to help him. Instead, you just keep being difficult.
No, I helped Tony. You're the one that no help Tony. You did not tell him to use blue ink. Canadian Mountie work for Christ the Lord People Charities. You think you know everything, but you did not know that. That's why you no help him. You bad at your job.
Oh, I'm the one who is bad at my job? You just made a grown man cry and run out of here. You shouldn't be working with people.
Maybe he crying because he wastes so much time with you and you cannot give him free money. I can give him free money, and when I do, he gonna like me better than you.
Oh yeah? Well then, why don't you go ahead and give him some free money already? I'd like to see you prove me wrong.
You try reverse psychology on me. That's pretty good. But I already told you, this is not Yolanda Rising, so I don't make the rules. I don't give him free money now. He have to redo entire application. Good try with reverse psychology. It no work here. You know, I'm very impressed. That was pretty sneaky, sis. I would like to play you in a game of Connect 4 and see if you can beat me.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Cut that out. There is no way I am playing Connect 4 with you.
Well then, our work here is done for today. You go now. Bye-bye. now I'm sitting here doing nothing. Do any of you want to come play Connect 4 with me?
I'm sorry I ran out of there. I just couldn't look at that psycho anymore.
It's okay. I totally understand. Are you going to be alright?
I don't know. I think I need a Xanax. It took us 3 weeks to put that application together. Then we had to wait another 2 weeks for this meeting. That's another 5 weeks lost, 5 more weeks of living like an animal, thinking I was well on my way to becoming a human again, and now I have to start over again. I have never heard of someone requesting blue ink before. That's insane. I could understand if they rejected my application because we were missing the requirement, but rejecting me over the ink color is just petty, and rude, and evil. Don't they know this is a federal disaster zone? I don't need them for evil when I have Satan living in my foundation crack that goes to the pits of hell. This week he snuck into the house and ate all my Entenmann's rich frosted chocolate donuts. I really need to get my foundation fixed before I starve to death.
Well, don't worry. I have most of what we need here in your files. We can probably recreate the application, and all the requirements, in 2 or 3 days, provided we each work 12 to 14 hours a day. This application was harder than the thesis I did for my master's.
What? My file is now 2 boxes big? It just seems like such a waste of time. You'd think they would have some concerns over the dangerous conditions I am living in, as a priority, over the color of ink people use.
I agree. Your safety should be a priority. Listen, we will do what we can to fix this and get you back on track as soon as possible. Let's go into the bagel store, and work on the papers that require your signature. Then we can split the work, and between the 2 of us, we can have this done in half the time.
That sounds like a good plan. I don't know what I would do without you. If you weren't with me in there, no one would believe that just happened. Can I help you with those boxes?
Don't worry, I've got the boxes. But if your file gets any bigger, I may need a dolly with wheels to come to these meetings. Please try to stop crying. I don't want your file to get wet. Do you want me to call Cough Angel to come meet us? Maybe she can cheer you up.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go. Just keep taking deep breaths.
I don't understand why everything has to be so impossibly hard. God damn it. Why am I even applying for a grant? I was insured for this.
You're pretty good at this game. For a monkey. And now time for my favorite show. Oh, this is such a wonderful day.